Good morning, gang. Good morning. Welcome to this week's Bitcoin update. First and foremost, remember everything that we discussed today is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, and everything's for educational purposes only, and it's my view of the markets. Right, that being said, we're still in a downtrend, boys and girls. Quite simply. On the monthly chart, we have opened up and we've moved to the downside so far. We've taken out the lows of July. Is this a swing failure pattern and then for a further move up? And we've just taken the liquidity. Who knows? Let's wait and see. Obviously, monthly down, weekly down. Very critical area now for the weekly because we could potentially be looking, do we get our first close below these lows? Thus confirming the weekly downtrend is still in play. And then the daily, well, it's pretty obvious. We're still downtrending. So we did have a slight uptrend here. We have seen this before where we had an uptrend here too, but then ultimately it's broken back down. And then obviously the last 2 days close are the lowest daily closes we've had since this downtrend began. We've drawn this channel on our chart a fair few times, but just for anyone who's unaware, let's try that again. We're still in a downtrend. And as long as we're still in this downward sloping channel, there's no reason to start getting macro bullish. You know, we've said this a fair few times. Get out of this channel, then we start changing structure. And we can start looking for higher prices. But until this channel breaks, I'm not getting overly excited. Right. So that's obviously the bigger picture stuff. Now, what's happening more locally? Well, let's zoom in. And we are still range bound. And we have been since the lows were put in back in June. Okay, so what can we say is happening here? Well, so far we're towards the low end of the range. We've not quite got to the bottom, but we have stopped here, and where we've stopped here would be, let's throw this on properly, down at the 886. So from a bullish perspective, it's kind of your last chance. Looking at the fibs, the 886, this is where we've got to bounce. Did I take a long here? No, I didn't take a long here because it was only the 886. And in my system, I need more confluence than that. So I actually longed a little bit higher up once we reclaimed back into the value range. And this is what we're looking right now. So yesterday we managed to get back into the value area. And I was saying to the guys in the Discord, if price can get back into the value area, then I'll be looking to take a long if it can hold. If not, then I'll be looking down for the range lows. So what could happen from here? Well, let's have a look, shall we? So let's throw on some SR levels. We've got our volume profile on here. So, drawing tool, here we go. If the value area low can hold, then first and foremost, we'll be looking back up into this range. Can price break back into this range? If it can, trade it to the other side. And then we'll be taking more profits. Obviously, you take profit of this move was back testing these range lows here. If we can then flip beyond this, then we'll be looking up at this EQ. Because at this EQ, which is obviously the center point of the overall range so far, or the 0.5 fib, we've also got the overall point of control. So this is potentially a strong level of resistance. If price doesn't reject here and continues up, then we'll be looking for this value area high. This value area high also lines up with the golden pocket. And we could treat this as a bit of a zone because we've also got a fresh monthly level up here that's not been tested since it was created. So this overall area would be another opportunity potentially to take a decent short position. Now, is that a short position and you're going to look for new lows? We don't know because we just trade in the range, and we trade the range until it breaks. It's as simple as that. If price can get above there, then obviously we'll be looking at the overall range highs. And if price can get above there, then like we've said a few times, we've still got eyes in this zone here, around this fresh weekly level, which also lines up with the point of control, a few naked point of controls up here as well, and then obviously overall the macro range low, which is from the 29k region all the way up to the 65k region. So big area of resistance up here. But this is what I'm saying. So if you are taking longs in these areas, you're not just taking longs and praying that we go to all-time highs. Like some people did here. Some people did here. Some people did here. And, you're hoping that that's the big swing of the century, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin's going back up to 100k. Well, we're not trading like that, because every high time frame chart that we've got, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, we're still in a downtrend. Everything's down, so you're trading against the trend. So when you're trading against the trend, you're locking in profits early. Take profit 1 with stop loss to entry, and then let the rest ride. Let it ride up to the next key level. Let it ride up to the next key level. And if it doesn't get through these and the price reverses on you and it stops you out, well, you've stopped out in profit, so you've got a winning trade regardless. And you've increased your capital. It's as simple as that. So, what else could happen? What if price can't get back into this consolidation here? Well, if price can't get back into this consolidation here, then I'll be looking for this value area low to hold. If this doesn't hold, then back down to the main range lows. If this main range low doesn't hold, then potentially a swing failure down to this daily, like we've been saying for a few weeks. And then you've got another long position. See if price can get back into the value area. If it can't, look for lower again, and potentially look at this as a range. If price doesn't get a reaction down here, then like we've said last week, go watch last week's video and you can see our targets to the downside. Then we just wait for lower levels. We hold on to our swing shorts for a little bit longer. We ride it down. It's as simple as that. It's level to level playing. Also, one thing I want to bring up is obviously the range that we were in here. This range here. So let's just zoom in a little bit more. Before obviously the drop down. So obviously we had this range here. At the lows of the range. And we had the highs of the range. Just extend this on. So we can see. So we had a great range here. Let's just hide the overall range, shall we? And this is obviously before the breakdown happened. And it's one thing that it really bothers me when influencers, especially the Moonboy influencers, start drawing simple patterns on the chart. With this, here was the pattern that everyone was drawing. Where's my triangle tool gone? Can't see it for looking. Here we go. So obviously everyone was drawing this. Simple triangle. And this is where everyone's trading. And every time price broke above this triangle, the influencer was screaming, breakout, 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 breakout. And lo and behold, we could see it on the order flow at the time. Every time we got a little pop above this triangle line, everyone was longing. And then what happened? Price reverses. Little breakout, everyone was longing, price reverses. Breakout, everyone was longing, price reverses. And again here. And then all of a sudden they get the winning trade. So we did a little post about it on Twitter, just to highlight the difference between treating something as a range and treating something as a pattern. So we can see here, treating this as a range, if you were trading this range and you were up 24 hours a day, admittedly, I'm not, I still need to sleep, I'm human, but trading this, you would have had 7 wins and 1 loss. It's very simple, very simple. You're long the lows, take profit 1 at the EQ, take profit 2 at the top of the range. Then we're short, take profit 1 at the EQ, take profit 2 at the range lows, and again, we continue playing it. So in this, you would have had 7 wins and 1 loss if you were playing every single trade. Now, compare that to the triangle that the influencers were looking at. Now, this is the complete opposite. You'd have had 5 losses and 1 win, but lo and behold, the scream, they're so loud about their 1 win. But after getting everyone to FOMO in at every single one of these breakouts, they lose. So, as a win percentage, this is shit. This is what you want to be looking at. So obviously, if you want to learn how to trade this range, then first and foremost, pop into our free Discord. We've got loads of education material in here, loads of free education material, as well as guys sharing charts left, right, and centre. I pop into the free Discord and share the odd idea. Obviously, we were talking last night about the single prints, how we had a big reaction initially and then price did manage to get acceptance back into those single prints. If you want to go one step further and look at how to counter trade these kind of patterns, which is always fun to do, then check out our website. Again, links in the comments below. And come over here, click on our Copilot section, have a read of this. And obviously, if you do want to get access to over 50 hours of educational content, ranging from simple SR levels, counter trading, patterns, volume analysis, and we've just started an Elliott Wave series for you guys as well because it's been requested, then come check us out. Yes, it's a paid service, but within this paid service, obviously, you get the educational videos, you get a new live stream every single week, you also get daily updates from me, and also regions within the charts that I'm looking at to take positions. Again, it's not a signals group, but I do share my ideas now and again. So obviously this could have prevented you taking all these losses all the way down here. So that's just what we wanted to talk about with this. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's zoom back out. And here we go. So, quick recap. What are we looking at? If price can hold this value area low, then we're looking at this consolidation here first. If we can get beyond this consolidation here, looking up at the EQ / point of control. Above that, value area high / monthly level. Below this, then we're looking at the overall range lows and potentially a swing failure pattern. If this doesn't happen, then we're looking for lower. It's as simple as that. Don't forget, if you're trading against the trend, lock in profits early. If you're trading with the trend, you can be a little bit more fluid. But still, we are approaching range lows. At range lows, everyone gets bearish. That's why we're looking for longs. At range highs, everyone's getting bullish. That's why we're looking for shorts or take profits. Okay, simple level to level stuff, guys. Right, that'll do for this week, and we'll catch you next week. Goodbye, gang.